What if someone told you that the one you lost, the one whose absence still echoes like thunder in your chest, never truly left? That, right now, in this very moment, they are trembling beside you, unseen by the eye, yet entirely felt by the soul. Most people would doubt such a claim. The modern world has trained us to believe only in what can be weighed, measured, or photographed. Yet Nikola Tesla once said, if you wish to understand the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. And it is precisely here that the secret begins, the secret that changes everything. Death is not the end of life, it is a transformation in the frequency of consciousness. There is something unsettling in this idea, isn't there? Because if it were true, then everything we believed about loss, grief, and separation must be rebuilt from its very foundations. The love we thought was broken still exists, only in another form of matter, an invisible substance woven from energy and memory. Tesla believed that love was the highest form of electricity, and that every emotion leaves a vibrational imprint that never disappears. The body may die, but the electromagnetic field, what we call the soul, remains active, striving for coherence, longing to return. I remember the first time I felt it, an inescapable sensation. I was alone in my room, months after my grandmother's passing. A dense silence filled the air, the kind that descends only when the world itself seems to vanish. Then suddenly, I smelled coffee. The exact same aroma she used to brew every morning. The same intensity, the same warmth, as if someone had opened a window in time. For a few seconds, everything stopped. No wind. No sound. Only that impossible scent, and the undeniable sense of a presence that needed no proof, only acknowledgement. At that moment, I thought it was a hallucination. Some would call it the chemistry of grief. Science still labels what it cannot measure as illusion. But later, I found a forgotten fragment in Tesla's notes, written in 1899 in Colorado Springs, as he studied the Earth's electrical fields. He wrote, "There is a hidden energy that fills the space between thoughts. Those who have departed do not vanish, they simply move to a world where sound becomes light, and light becomes memory." That sentence struck me like an electric ray. Tesla was not speaking of religion, he was describing spiritual physics, a universe not limited to matter, but extending into the vibration that sustains it. If everything is energy, as he claimed, then where the body ends, another form of continuity begins. The soul is an electric pulse hosted by the body. When the body fails, the current does not cease, it merely changes its conductor. The problem is that we've been trained to ignore the finer frequencies. We live surrounded by noise, distraction, and fear. We've forgotten the sacred habit of deep listening. That's why we mistake silence for absence. Tesla believed that every human being is a living antenna, a receiver and transmitter of cosmic vibrations. He argued that thoughts and emotions are not produced by the brain, but are waves that the brain merely decodes. If this is true, then death doesn't sever communication, it simply shifts the signal to another frequency. Most of us have forgotten how to tune in. The one you love isn't far away, they are speaking in a language you've forgotten how to hear. Yet there are moments, rare, merciful moments, when the fabric of the universe seems to fold, when the veil thins. In those moments, existence returns as fragrance, as a melody playing by itself, as light dissolving the dark. A sense of companionship with no face, yet unmistakable form. Tesla said that vibrational fields are shaped by human emotion. Love creates coherence. Coherence builds bridges. Perhaps that is why signs from those we love appear when we are weakest, most open, or aching with longing. Love, in its purest form, is the only language that transcends dimensions. But there's a tension in this understanding. If death is not the end, then why does it still hurt so deeply? Why does the physical void remain unbearable? Tesla would answer. Grief is the process by which the body adjusts to the absence of direct frequency, like a radio trying to find the signal after the station has changed. Grief is the static of misalignment. The soul is adapting to a new mode of communication. When you begin to accept that presence has simply changed form, something quiet reorganizes within you. Longing becomes listening. And in that listening, phenomena arise that material science still calls coincidence. Waking at 3 a.m. with the feeling of being gently watched. Hearing soft clicks in an empty room as you think of them. Dreaming of their face and waking not in despair, but in peace. What is coincidence in a universe made of vibrations? Tesla said. There are no coincidences, only resonances we have not yet learned to read. He believed that matter itself is slow energy, and that consciousness is the hidden mechanism shaping that energy. Which means that life, death, and love are all parts of a single equation, energy in motion. Matter, Tesla said, is simply slowed energy, and consciousness the hidden mechanism that gives it form. Life, death, love, one seamless equation, energy forever rearranging itself. Have you ever felt that someone who has died was trying to warn you, a sudden chill, a flash of intuition that changes your path? A memory surfacing from nowhere that stops you from making a mistake? Tesla believed the human thought could cross distance instantly, not through air but through the ether, that subtle fabric binding everything at once. He called emotions intelligent electric currents. When someone thinks of you with intensity, that vibration reaches you, even if they have crossed the threshold of death. It sounds strange, doesn't it, to imagine love measured in hertz? And yet, perhaps that is the language God chose to keep speaking to us. Maybe that's why certain songs seem to play themselves at the exact right moment. Or why a memory appears with such precision, as if deliberately sent. Everything in the universe communicates through frequency, Tesla wrote. And the human soul is the most sensitive interpreter of these messages. The problem, he said, is that fear creates noise, and noise deafens us. Have you ever wondered why grief feels like falling through darkness? Because the body is accustomed to recognizing others by the density of their presence, their voice, their touch, their gaze. When that density disappears, the soul must learn again to see without eyes. To touch without hands. To hear without ears. Tesla believed the true purpose of human life was to transcend the boundaries of the senses, to achieve what he called vibrational vision. The soul, he said, is a multidimensional sensor, the body, only a temporary receiver. Perhaps what we call death is nothing more than a change of transmission, the beloved's frequency rising into a range our devices cannot access. Yet the heart, the heart, remains tuned to it. The heart is an electromagnetic field of immense power. Modern science knows this now, but Tesla knew it long ago. He said the heart is the power station linking the body to the cosmos. And that every human emotion generates a measurable wave pattern in space. When you feel love, that wave radiates in every direction. And continues to travel even after you're gone. Now imagine the reverse, someone loves you deeply, but no longer dwells in the material plane. Their frequency continues to broadcast, blending with the waves of the earth. Passing through walls, fields, memories. Reaching you as intuition, as a sudden warmth, as a shiver you cannot explain. It is not poetry, Tesla said. It is vibrational physics, what he called the unified field of consciousness. If everything is energy, Tesla asked, then why can't we see it? He explained that the visible spectrum is only a narrow slice of reality. The human eye perceives light between roughly 430 and 770 terahertz, a tiny fraction of the full range. Above and below that band lie entire worlds of vibration, waves of light, sound, and consciousness coexisting with us. Those we call the dead have simply shifted into a frequency our nervous system cannot register. As if standing in a room separated from us by a wall of living glass, a barrier made of pure energy. We cannot see them, yet they can still see us. Perhaps, then, grief is not absence but interference. Our attempt to detect a signal that already exists, though we no longer know how to decode it. Tesla believed that the future of humanity would depend on developing this sensitivity. The ability to perceive the oscillations of the soul. He wrote, "When human beings learn to read the signals of the cosmic field, the mystery of death will vanish. And love will at last be understood as the force that moves the planets. But there is something even more unsettling, and more beautiful. If consciousness is eternal energy, then every thought you emit is recorded in the same field where the spirits you love still reside. This means that your words, your gestures, your intentions continue to reach them. And theirs continue to reach you. It is not metaphysical comfort. It is resonance. Vibrational coherence. The field itself is love itself, only the form changes. Maybe that is why certain objects hold inexplicable energy. A wedding ring, a photograph, a letter yellowed by time. Tesla said, every substance is crystallized memory. When someone touches something they loved deeply, they imprint its vibration with their frequency, one that can still stir you after death. That is why, when you hold something that belonged to someone who has passed, you feel a movement within you, warmth, familiarity, recognition untouched by time. And then arises the question that opens every mystery that follows. If we can feel the echoes, can we also respond? Could communication between worlds be more than one way? What if love is not merely a memory, but an active conversation, a bridge sustained by mutual will to remain connected? Nikola Tesla believed that the human soul is an open circuit, infinite in its capacity to receive and radiate. Perhaps this is why love remains alive even after death. Not as memory, but as an active field of connection. What we call the end is merely a change in the current state. Can you feel it now, that faint pressure in your chest? That subtle shiver at the back of your neck? That urge to gaze into the empty air as if something were there? Perhaps it isn't imagination. Perhaps it's the universe responding to your listening. And if, as Tesla said, there is no loneliness when the field is in harmony, then maybe you were never truly alone. Only momentarily out of tune. There was, however, something Tesla never revealed publicly. A discovery concerning the instant when the soul crosses the threshold, yet continues to vibrate within the human field. It was one of the strangest and most beautiful secrets found in his private journals. A secret that redefines what we call life, and explains why those we love keep trying to speak to us. Here, Tesla's science meets the mystery of the unseen. And here, too, begins the next stage of the journey. If the soul is eternal energy, what truly happens in the seconds that follow death? What does it mean for those who remain? Those still straining to interpret the voice of silence? Imagine for a moment that you could witness what occurs in those first few seconds after death. Not with your eyes, but with an awareness that perceives what sight cannot. Tesla believed this moment to be among the holiest of human experiences. The instant when consciousness detaches from the body and returns to its original frequency. An electric current finding its source again. The energy of the soul, he wrote, does not extinguish, it merely changes its circuit. And here begins the enigma few have dared to explore. For years, Tesla studied energy in transitional states. The shift of electrical discharge from one medium to another. The alteration of light density. The propagation of a wave through empty space. He realized that nothing ever truly disappears, it simply assumes a new mode of expression. From that, he reached a simple yet revolutionary conclusion. Death is not the extinction of consciousness, but its translation into a new vibrational language. Think of it like turning a radio dial. The previous song doesn't end, it merely becomes inaudible. Its frequency still filling the air, while your receiver moves elsewhere. To Tesla, the soul is that endless melody. The body, merely the radio. And when the radio breaks, the song continues, now playing in another range of light. When Tesla reached this understanding, grief itself began to dissolve into something quieter, not denial, not escape, but comprehension. He saw that mourning is not the body's way of saying, they are gone, but the soul's way of remembering the frequency to which it once attuned. Grief is a kind of tuning process. A painful recalibration between worlds. This is why, in moments of deep sorrow, you might feel a presence. A whisper of warmth in cold air. A flicker of recognition in a place you've never been. These are not hallucinations. They are harmonics. The overlapping of two realities momentarily resonating at the same pitch. Tesla said that energy cannot vanish, it must transform. And transformation, in the realm of consciousness, is never random. The ones we love continue to orbit us, not as ghosts, but as luminous waves of intent. Guiding, protecting, reminding. Every sudden intuition, every accident that saves you, every dream that carries a message, is part of this secret communication. A dialogue between dimensions. You might think you imagined it, but imagination itself is one of the frequencies of truth. To Tesla, love was the purest current in the cosmos. The one vibration capable of traveling across all realms unbroken. And so, every time you remember them with tenderness instead of despair, you amplify that current. You allow the bridge to hold. You keep the signal alive. He wrote, "There is no death for the mind that vibrates in harmony with love." Perhaps this is the hidden meaning behind all spiritual traditions. That heaven is not a place, but a state of resonance. And those who learn to love without attachment, to listen without expectation, enter that heaven while still on earth. So when you miss them, don't call it pain. Call it recognition. You are not remembering the past. You are perceiving the eternal. Tesla's journey reaches its crescendo here. The grief has softened, the presence of the lost no longer hurts, it hums. He realized that consciousness itself is not confined to the body. It is an endless field of vibration. An ocean in which every thought, every feeling, every act of love creates waves that ripple forever. Death is not departure. It is the shedding of form. The return of energy to the infinite lattice. Tesla saw the veil between life and what we call death as a thin membrane, like the surface of a soap bubble. Fragile, iridescent, and permeable. And through this membrane, the mind that learns to vibrate in harmony with love can move freely, visiting worlds unseen, touching realms only accessible through the heart. He wrote of the eternal conversation, the ongoing dialogue between all who have lived. A network of awareness that connects every soul, past and present. It is here that Tesla's vision becomes truly luminous. Immortality is not the continuation of the individual self, but the participation in the eternal symphony of existence. To live consciously, he said, is to tune your frequency, so it resonates with the cosmic current. When you do, you touch eternity. And the ones you love are never really gone. Every act of kindness, every moment of sincere presence, every pulse of understanding. These are your instruments. Your life is the music. And then, in the quietest whisper of all, Tesla understood. The ultimate secret is not to defeat death, but to become one with the current that flows through all things. In this union, there is no fear, no loss. There is only resonance. There is only the infinite light of awareness. And so he closed his notebook. Not with despair, but with a smile. Because he had glimpsed the eternal.